Have you ever met someone who went through hell, came out stronger, and now walks a bit differently? Not arrogant, simply aware. These are the chosen ones. They don't market it. They do not need to. You can sense it as they walk into the room. But here's the deal. They bear weight. Most people will never comprehend. Pressure develops, betrayals accumulate, and when they crack, it's not anarchy, but judgment. This is not just another motivating speech. This is a warning. If you're reading this, you've most likely met or are one of the chosen ones. Regardless, you're here for a reason. Click the subscribe button to ensure you never miss another drop like this. And if you receive this message just when you needed it, type 1111 in the comments for divine alignment and blessings. Now let's look at the 9 things that make a chosen one snap, and why you should never, ever be present when they do. Let's get started. Someone close to me betrayed me once. A chosen one does not trust readily. Their allegiance is holy, a purposeful offering, not made carelessly. So when they eventually let someone in, it's not a case of casual trust. It's a soul-level conviction. And when that trust is broken, it doesn't only hurt. It alters them. It is not a clean wound. It represents a shift in their vision of the world. The betrayal does not reverberate like fury. It explodes like a revelation. They believe they were secure with you. They revealed you the blueprint for their inner universe. And now you've turned it against them. At that point, something colder and sharper wakes. They no longer freely extend warmth. They begin to scrutinize every cheer with distrust, because they recognize that not everyone who claps is a friend. That marks the beginning of their emotional armor. What emerges in the aftermath is no longer naive. It's precise, deliberate, unforgiving of being naked and animated often. There is a peace that resides in the chosen ones. They do not talk to impress, do not move only to be seen. Their power simmers under the surface, silently observing, listening, and calculating. However, a world that lacks depth frequently misinterprets quiet as weakness. They are mocked, rejected, and ignored because they do not demonstrate their strength. And at first, they let it slip. They don't require validation, but it continues occurring. When ridicule becomes commonplace, when they are treated as inferior just because they refuse to yell, they start a shift. Underestimation progresses from frustration to disdain. When that tipping point is reached, they will quit concealing. The revelation is not loud. It's a catastrophe. The same folks who scoffed at the silence are now astonished by the storm they didn't see coming. It's already too late for them to comprehend who they're up against. Sorry, but you won't be able to rewind the awakening. 3. Injustice against the innocent chosen ones is not limited to protectors. By nature, they are receptacles of ancient fury. They feel the burden of the voiceless, the anguish of the unnoticed, and the terror of the vulnerable. When people observe injustice, particularly against those who are unable to defend themselves, it does more than simply offend them. It awakens something primeval. This is not pity. It's anger disguised as divine purpose. They do not observe pain from distance. They absorb it, and the alchemy begins with what they absorb. They aren't interested in politics or popularity. They are motivated by a social pact to protect what is precious. When they witness violence being rewarded, when predators roam freely, something within them bursts loose. They do not respond emotionally. They unleash with precision. They culminate in a reckoning. And once that sacred wrath is ignited, no institution, abuser, or untruth can withstand repeated failures. After performing everything correctly, chosen ones are no strangers to adversity. Failure, however, wounds the most deeply. They arrived after having completed all of the necessary steps. They work hard. They play by the rules. They made sacrifices. I stayed honest. They stood their ground when it would have been easy to cut shortcuts. The doors remain sealed. Still, no acknowledgement comes. Nonetheless, the rewards of their effort are taken or neglected. It's a quiet sort of sadness to be punished for doing the right thing. However, even this does not destroy them. It changes them. They cease knocking if there have been enough closed doors. They give up asking after receiving numerous rejections. They cease waiting for permission to stand. That is when the fire shifts. They start moving differently, not with wrath, but with brutal precision. They stop seeking fairness and begin seizing what is theirs with surgical precision. And when that switch is flipped, they do not revert to their previous state. They grow into the person they were born to be. 5 fake love stories and hidden antagonists. The chosen one walks with a distinctive glow. Unfortunately, light draws not just adoration, but also jealousy disguised as devotion. People gravitate toward them not out of love, but to feed. They grin, praise, and even imitate. But their allegiance is phony. The chosen ones sense it. Even if they don't act on it right away, their intuition begins to murmur. And once people see through the mask, there is no confrontation. There is no significant repercussion. Errands fade simply due to distance alienation. They do not plead for honesty or dispute about devotion. They vanish from your emotional ecosystem. What's haunting isn't their rage. It is their absence. You no longer have access to their warmth, support, and spirit. This is not a closed door. It is a realm you can no longer enter. You'll discover too late that their love was a haven. Once lost, it cannot be reclaimed. 6. Being utilized for energy. There's an atmosphere about the chosen ones, an invisible gravity that heals, elevates, and empowers. They stroll into rooms and increase the frequency without attempting. They provide their whole attention. They give without calculating. They provide light to others just because it is who they are. However, they eventually find a trend. People come to get rather than reciprocate. They appear when they are shattered, but vanish when it is time to rebuild the chosen one into a well. Everyone drinks, but no one protects. They gradually awaken. They slowly recede. They cease reacting to all cries. Stop pouring into empty glasses. Their withdrawal is not out of malice. It is self-preservation. And when they calm down, their presence evaporates. There is no emptiness left. It leaves an echo, an absence so audible that others are forced to confront their own emptiness. That stillness is not weakness. That is power being replenished. And when it returns, it will no longer be freely distributed. 7. Disregarding their calling. A chosen one does not stumble upon purpose. It is engraved into them, forged by sorrow, insight, and unwavering dedication to their profession. Their route is neither a trend nor a phase. It's a holy mission tied to something bigger than the ego. So when someone mocks their road, dismisses their aspirations, or laughs at their vision, it does not simply offend. It breaches something spiritual. You are not ridiculing a professional ambition. You are insulting a divine task. That is not simply disrespectful. It's a cosmic mistake. They may first reply by remaining silent. They will allow you opportunity to discover your own stupidity. But what if the contempt continues? Something old reawakens. They do not argue. They do not seek validation. They demonstrate this by greatness, elevation, and the type of breakthrough that makes your laughing seem foolish in retrospect. When people act in defense of their calling, the universe moves alongside them, and you are left standing there, understanding too late that you are not mocking a dream. You are taunting fate. 8. Messing with their peace to peace did not come cheaply for a chosen one. They've confronted inner demons, broken poisonous routines, and severed links with chaos masquerading as camaraderie. Every moment of peace in their lives was won, often via fire. So when someone attempts to bring drama, cause conflict, or disrupt the sanctuary with petty games, it is not only frustrating, but also hazardous. They may smile at first and offer you a courteous caution, but don't confuse their silence for tenderness. Inner warriors safeguard the peace, and when they rise to defend it, it is quiet and orderly. It is surgical. They eliminate the disorder at its source. No argument, no second chances. Only stillness, distance, and boundaries. They have such a strong echo. You will perceive it as absence rather than punishment. The sort that makes you realize you weren't prepared for the harmony they brought. A chosen one who defends their peace is not passive. They are exact, and once you've violated the sanctuary, you'll never acquire another key. 9. There is too much false surrounding them. The chosen ones are energetic lie detectors. They do not require evidence or proof. Their spirit simply knows. They look beyond contrived grins, see the inconsistency in sugar-coated words, and hear the hollowness in artificial applause. For a while, they endure it. They allowed folks to wear their masks. However, when fakeness becomes the norm and authenticity becomes rare, they approach a silent tipping point. Disillusionment does not turn people bitter. It renders them invisible. They cease explaining, stop showing up, stop investing. They detach, not out of spite, but for survival. And during that retreat, the illusion begins to crumble. Those who relied on their veracity are left scrambling, perplexed by the quiet. Because when the real leaves, the fake has nothing left to copy. And the chosen one, they journey further into truth, isolation, and realms that only the sincere may enter. Their energy does not chase, but attracts. And if it ceases appealing you, it indicates you never carried the truth in the first place. A chosen one snapping is not a tantrum, but a reckoning. These individuals were designed to weather storms, not become them. But press too hard, and you'll witness what happens when heavenly patience runs out. Respect them. Learn from them. At the very least, avoid provoking them. This is the Bloom Channel. If this touched you deeply, don't scroll beyond 1111 in the comments and leave it for the chosen ones out there fighting darkness while choosing light. If you have not already done so, please subscribe. This is your spiritual armor in digital format. Thank you for watching.